Soul Eater. That series I said I was gonna watch after that Bleach video. So I watched the first 4 episodes. Just a side thing, quick. I did see the first 2 episodes, but this is quite a few years ago at this point. I really don't remember much of anything from it, except for from this first episode, the cat girl. That's literally the only thing I remember from these episodes, like a couple years later. So I bought like the whole set for 75 cents. That's really great. So I wanted it, like I said in that Bleach video, I was like, hey, let's do something different. We could do a watch along thing. So I did the first 4 episodes, and here are just random things I thought about it, and just kind of like stuff I enjoyed and stuff. Well, first thing, before I even say anything about the series, you can definitely, because it's I believe this is the same studio that makes My Hero Academia now, and you can definitely see little signs of it, like with lighting and certain animation things. You can definitely see the signs of that series being made in Soul Eater and whatnot. The first episode, I'm just gonna randomly go through this and whatnot. Probably be all over the place and whatnot. The first episode just kind of says, like, here is why we have these Soul Eaters, or Soul Reapers, I should probably say, because there's like an overflow of these demons, and if we let them get too big, they take over the world, and it's gotten so bad that Death himself made an academy to raise Soul Reapers to stop these guys, and Death's the good guy, you know? So it's kind of funny, I guess, as playing it like Death is usually seen as regularly a bad guy in literally 99.99% of things. So the fact that he's kind of treated as a good guy for these in this series is kind of funny in a way. So the first episode follows a girl named Maka and her partner, who I believe his name is Soul, which I freaking love his design. I think that dude's so cool with his little his headband or whatever, and like the sweatshirt. I think he's cool. He turns into a scythe. That's cool. Watch those two together. They're collecting souls. Like the first guy they fight, and throughout these kind of first few episodes, I don't know if it is, because I haven't watched anything past this. I've only watched up to the 4th episode. But the first kind of a couple episodes, they're like fighting like notorious figures. Like the first people, the dude that they're like the demon thing that they're fighting to collect his soul and stuff is like Jack the Ripper, which, and then the next episode's like Al Capone. The next one was like Anubis, and then you had for the 4th one at the end, it was like Frankenstein. Like very either well-known real people or like fictional characters from that are kind of like notorious. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that they're like taking our like history and stuff we made and transferring it to like some different medium. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like that a lot. The Jack the Ripper design kind of sucked. The Al Capone one was pretty good. The Nubis one was meh. Frankenstein one was pretty good. I like the like screw he has in his head. But yeah, they get done collecting. Then they're like, "Oh, you need a witch soul. Oh my goodness, you need to get a witch soul. Then you're the ultimate death scythe or whatnot." But yeah, this is the only part of this first episode that I remember. Is they have to fight this witch. They have to find a witch's soul, and I think they go to this pumpkin house, which that pumpkin house is very nice. That is such a cool pumpkin house. I like that thing's aesthetic. They fight this cat girl, which, spoilers, she turns out not to be a witch. She's just a cat girl. And yeah, that's literally the only thing I remembered about this series before I watched these episodes, is that cat girl. The opening, I freaking love that. So the opening of it, Not all of it's one take, but it looks like the beginning part of it is like all like it's like one take thing. They do a couple of it within that same opening, but that opening, mwah, spicy. Even like they have like this CGI like death castle. That thing looks pretty sick as well. So basically, that first episode is like Maka and Soul or whatnot. It's almost intentional that they fail. So it's you're even with Death, the kid. You're even with Star or whatnot. You're even with these guys, so they're all in the same play field. It's like whatever. It was an okay setup, I think. Also, what is up with the freaking moon and sun in this world? Like, they literally look like they're about to freaking like grab you or kill you or something. They look like some hardcore creepers, you know? Yeah, this is basically the whole tale of the freaking first episode with Soul Maki and them trying to hunt a witch when it's not a witch and them getting resetted and explaining how somewhat of a Soul Reaper works. The second episode primarily focused around, I think the dude's name is, well, it's like Star. Is it Black Star? I think his name. And again, like I said, I liked how they're hunting notorious people because those two at the beginning of this episode are going after Al Capone, which, oh gosh, I think the Star's design's okay. I think it looks pretty cool with like the little scythe with chains and whatnot. And as I was thinking after like writing some stuff about the series and whatnot, I wrote some notes and stuff. That's what I'm kind of reading off of right now. I was thinking when looking at him, like, he looks freaking familiar. And I was like, oh, he looks like a character from freaking Kingdom Hearts. Once you see it, kind of like, because he's got like the big shoes, he's got like the hairstyle. He literally looks like a Kingdom Hearts character when you actually look at him side by side and whatnot. Okay, before they actually even had him kind of be a joke character, he's like, here's the stealth rules and talking about how he kills people stealthy. And I was like, oh, he's sick. He's cool. Like how he's talking about how he's gonna do like the stealthy approach and like. I find it funny that he says like the assassin's rules and whatnot, and like with the last one he says is like take out your target before they notice you. Oh, then he like jumped. I was like, oh, he's gonna like instantly slash this guy. No, he freaking just jumps on the table screaming and making chain noises, and everyone else is like, are you stupid? Were you trying to do assassination and you fail? You try to assassinate, but you jump in front of me. What are you doing? You know, quite frankly, the worst assassin ever at that point. Even still, like, even in the later ones, he is kind of stupid. But I do like actually some of his moves, and one of them shows up in this episode. So yeah, basically after that, he kind of fails, runs away and whatnot. And he gets like, oh, hey, we got another lead on where this El Capone guy is, and he's gonna go take on a witch. You know, when they get there, everyone, the whole Al Capone gang is dead, except for this like one swordsman guy, and he's pretty sick. He has the same voice as Jalal from Fairy Tail and whatnot, so that was cool. But the dude does an attack called Infinite Sword Attack, okay? But he probably used maybe 20 swords. And he just wrapped keep out tape around all of them. So it wasn't very infinite. And to be real, it's just like, I'm blocking you off. You know, like, what was the point of calling it Infinite Sword Attack? Like, legit, why? So this is like, pretty much up to this point, I was actually kind of annoyed at Star. Because I'm like, how can you be this bad of an assassin, dude? And even the guys that he's fighting, the swordsman dude, he's like, you're a freaking child, you know? I don't want to kill you because you're a child, you know? Well, he does this really sick move, and, you know, he kind of beats him and whatnot. And the guy was like, you're really pathetic, you know? And then he gets off the ground, he's like, your eyes look different. Why is that? And all of a sudden, it's like, he does this move called the Shadow Star, which that move was freaking awesome. And literally just the tall tale sign of it was the eye color, because it was his girl partner that was disguised as him, and he came up behind and did this like stealth attack thing on the swordsman dude. And I was like, oh, that he's actually doing stealth tactics. Nice job, boy. Nice job. You did it. That's basically the end of that episode. They didn't get any souls because he didn't want to kill the little kid witch. He's like, I don't kill kids. He said the same line as the swords guy he fought. Episode 3 was primarily focused around Death the Kid, who is Death's son. I dig his design, and I think he's cool, and the cool like 2 pistol thing. But oh my goodness, dude, for him, so I dig his design. I dig the pistols. But oh my goodness, dude, you have to hold the pistols the weirdest way possible. AKA him holding it upside down with his like pinkies on the trigger. It's like, you can't really aim like that, dude. That might be the weirdest way I've ever seen someone fire a gun. Yeah. Honestly, that's probably not the most practical either. I think you like hurt your hand. I wonder if someone's actually tested that. See it like fire like 1911s like that, you know. I also kind of think it's kind of funny in a way how he's like so he legit has like OCD, to where it's like, if it's not perfect, if it's not perfectly balanced, if it's not perfectly symmetrical, he cannot like function, you know. Like he will legit rather die than like destroy something that's symmetrical and whatnot. Even like the 2 girl partners he's with like point out like, even your hair is not balanced, dude. And he like has like a freaking mental crisis. I think it's kind of funny, but in a way it's like, come on, man. You could be so cool. Come on. Don't care so much about symmetry. I'm sure it gets better. I do like him. I think he's a cool character. Technically, with the English voices and whatnot, it's like Natsu and Lucy tied up together, because Death the Kid is voiced by Todd Haberkorn, who voices Natsu, and one of his girl partners, I don't remember her name, is voiced by Cherami Lee, who is Lucy's voice actor from Fairy Tail as well. So it's like they're partnered up again. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like that. I actually really dig the setting to where they go is like this Anubis temple, the pyramids, and like kind of like all that stuff, kind of lore behind it. Oh, that's cool that he's so obsessed with it as well, because like, back in the day of this temple, they were obsessed with symmetry. When they were like driving there, or it's like Death the Kid on his freaking skateboard, that hover skateboard, that thing's cool. I like the like skull on the bottom of it. That thing's cool as well. So he ditches them because he's like, I left my painting at home. It's slightly crooked. I think I can't get it off my mind. I'm leaving you. You know, like he leaves the 2 girls in this temple with him. In this scene where the 2 girls are like switching between turning into a gun and the other one picking it up, shooting, then one turning into the gun, and then the other one picking it up and shooting. That scene, spicy. There's some spicy meatballs right there. That scene was flipping awesome, and I was like, oh, that is actually really cool. I like this. The rest of it, okay. He gets mad at the Anubis guy because he's like, you're not symmetrical, die. Alright, the 4th episode then. So it starts off with kind of like Soul and Mika like fighting some dude. Oh, it was like a priest that they called Rasputin, which I was like, oh, that I know Rasputin from like Destiny, because it's like an AI Warmind in Destiny. It's like they always talk about like, can we activate Rasputin in Destiny? And it's like, who the flip cares? But that's where I remember that name from. I was like, the second they were calling this dude Rasputin, I was like, hey, Destiny. It goes from that to like Soul's room. And Soul's room I thought looked cool. It kind of has them like a class. Then it's like, oh, Death wants to meet with you guys, so they go meet with Death. Now this is where it doesn't really make sense to me, because Death said to both Soul, because they called Soul and Mika and Blackstar and his girl partner and whatnot, I forgot her name, they called both of them to meet with Death, okay? Now this is where it doesn't make sense, because yes, Soul and Mika got their like souls taken away, which they had like 99, but earlier in this episode it shows them going after Rasputin and eating his soul. So Death says to both of them, you both have 0 souls, you have to do this special class, otherwise you're expelled. I'm like, earlier in this episode it showed those two getting a soul, so they don't have 0 souls, they technically have 1 at least. So why, what plot hole? Which I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but it's like, that's a really dumb thing to say then, because it's like they have 1, but the other is Star. Yeah, I can believe he doesn't have 1 because he's kind of an idiot. So they have to go to this like graveyard to take out like a teacher that was there, but he's like a zombie now. But like Star, he starts this thing off and he's like doing the attack like Obito from like Naruto, where he like chucks like the chains by him, and it's like that Obito scene where he's fighting like Minato, to where he like chucks the chains by him and he like kind of like passes through him and he like wraps the chains around the person to attack him, you know, like from Naruto and whatnot with Obito. He kind of does that where he like chucks the chains around him and it's like, oh, and then he kind of like, I think he just punches them or something. The second he did the chains thing, I was like, Obito, you know. So I thought that move was pretty cool. Then after that, it's like has Mika like dodge this tombstone, and I was like, oh, that's a kind of a cool way that she dodged it. So they're kind of both losing because Mika and Soul and Star are fighting this former teacher zombie. They do this like same wavelength thing, and it like makes it like a glowing scythe, and it's like it's gonna do this most powerful, awesome attack, you know. And it really sucks that it got ruined by like Mika tripping, and she does the attack the wrong way and almost hits Star with it. But like even the zombie dude's like, oh dang, that would have killed me. Like, so it sucks that they messed it up, but it's like they clearly did it. They just tripped. And it'll be like, just whip it out again, bro. Whip it out again. You can do it. But yeah, that was cool. The whole graveyard fight thing, it was okay. It had some cool things. So that move got ruined. And I thought this was kind of cool because it's like, finally Star is being more of an assassin. He does this move called Trap Star. He puts like a star on the ground with chains, and the second that zombie guy comes into it, he like pulls it and it like all wraps around him, but it also gets like Soul and Mika and whatnot too. So not the best for teammates, but actually could attack or good defense and attack for anyone else. Yeah, I did really like the ending of it, how it's like, well, who the flip made this guy a zombie? And it's like this like previous Soul Reaper guy called Frankenstein. I was like, oh, they're bringing more people in, more real fictional characters from our world in. I was like, oh, that's cool. I just thought the whole ending of that was really sick and awesome, and I actually really did enjoy the series. It's not just that one episode I remember that had that cat girl. So, episode 3 and 4 I've never seen before. Now the rest of the series I obviously haven't seen before. So this should be a fun and exciting journey for all of us. Yeah, I really did enjoy watching these first few episodes of Soul Eater, and I think it will be a fun ride, and it is really interesting to see it, like the little things that eventually turned into My Hero and stuff. And I'm like, so that's where they learned that animation technique for My Hero and whatnot. I was like, yeah. But yeah, thanks for listening, and yeah, have a nice day.